Hey,
everyone.
Wicked. Sorry, we were talking about some slight programming changes that I'm about to tell you all in a minute. Let me say hi to everybody. Oh, did I open a chat? No, I didn't. Let me do that. How are you doing tonight, Miss Wicked?
I am good. I listened to your live this afternoon with Danielle. I'm glad she's doing well.
I thought it was an amazing live. She gave her, it was about her GoFundMe where she's been on live, her thoughts on other people's GoFundMes, which is kind of current. And I thought it was a really great live, and I haven't had her on for a while. So if you missed the Danielle live, please check
Yeah.
it out.
And I really,
Uh,
really, really hope that she raises enough money so that she can take her career to the next level.
we're gonna get her there. I think we raised 150 during the live, or maybe a little bit more. And she has till November 15th to hit the 2,400 for the
Yeah.
tuition. So if you missed it, if you're bored after this, give it a watch. Where am I going? Oh, there we are. Okay.
We have no idea. And
I'm trying
just
to
so
pick.
y'all want, this is natural. I'm not sure. It's been such a while since I've worn
It's all
natural.
natural.
All natural. This is just like a little washed and diffused. So,
Okay, so let me say hi to everybody while the room is loading before it gets too late and it takes me an hour. Hi, Paula, Patty, Ruth Ann, Wicked, Amy, Patty S, Mary B. That's me. Ruth Ann, Barbara M, Ellie, MTT, Jules, Miss Catherine,
did you say Barbara?
Miss
Hi, Barbara.
Catherine.
Miss
I got Barbara.
Catherine.
Mandy, Miss Catherine again, Amanda, Reader, Nikki, Rabbit, Kate, Sharon, Sarah, and Brooklyn baby. Okay. So
Lisa loves her pup.
and
Hey.
Cody, Cody's here.
See, there.
So we're a little short staffed tonight. Addie, I'm not even gonna say why she can't be here. It's funny though. I'll wait to get clearance on it.
Brooklyn baby. Hello, hello. Birdie
And
gal.
Brooklyn girl will be here in about
Ooh.
like 20 minutes. And I have my Robin co-host Cody off to the side. So we were just discussing before we get into the live, we were discussing my three favorite shows are on 2 days at the same time slot, and it's really screwing up my recap game.
Yeah.
So moving forward, like we did last night, Monday nights will be the sister wife recap. And now that I found out that Dancing with the Stars is on tonight, right now, which it's the first episode, and I really want to be watching it. But this was already set up. So we're gonna do Sister Wives on Mondays, and then we're gonna move the recaps for 90 Day from 9 to 5. And that's how we're gonna work with it right now. That way people want more day lives, and it's I know the days aren't lasting as long, and we'll be into dark mode at 4:30 in the afternoon soon. At least we will. But
no doubt. I noticed it today when I was cleaning. I was like, damn, man.
Yeah. It gets depressing, and it's cold out over here already. Like we have the heat on.
We still have our air on. Let me see what it's. You might be able to turn it off.
And then why we're gonna move Dancing with this recap to 5 p.m. is because starting next week at 8 p.m. I'm gonna go live from my TikTok and air Dancing with the Stars because they allow that there. And I thought it'd be fun if we could all watch it together and guess, what scores they're gonna get and talk about how horrible the dances were or great. So I thought that'd be fun to do on my TikTok from 8 to 10. So,
I agree.
And then tomorrow night we're gonna have a members live because I missed it last week because I was sick, and I hate this stupid filter because it never works for me. So goodbye. There we go.
What's the difference?
Back to blotchy face. There we are. So yeah, so I'm trying to get like a set schedule. And I think that's all the business I need.
When's your trivia night with Johnny Mac?
That was last night. I won.
I didn't know if that was like a set schedule.
I don't know if it's gonna be, I'd be happy
Yeah.
to do it. He thought he was gonna hoodwink me with horror trivia, and I still won. And that's like the one.
Yes, and
Jules came in second.
Yeah, don't forget, OC is Friday.
Oh yeah, we have OC on Friday, but you can't do day lives on Friday, right?
Not really, no.
If we
I mean,
if we did them at like 5 on Fridays, would that
yeah,
work
that'd
for
be
you?
fine. I mean,
And is that?
What if you did it at
you
5:30?
don't have to have me if you got great day.
Oh no. You won the Housewives.
Well, I
thing.
know, but
Is
if
that okay with you, MTT, for Friday nights at 5 for
5:30ish.
for OC? There's a lot. Like, I forgot how grueling it was. I can't tell you. Like, I'm like, how did I do this years ago? It's
and like you were going live like pretty much every night.
and now I'm doing like doubles again. Like, shit.
And don't forget on the road.
Oh yeah, and then we have the event
So,
coming
I
up.
don't know what day that falls on, but
Yeah,
that
you
one-
wish you won. You came in a hard second. I'll give you that. I had 14 points
Yeah,
at the
she
end.
did. She came in a hard
Jules had
second.
7, and Vixie had 1. I want to acknowledge that Vixie did get 1 point.
Okay.
It was a really fun time.
Listening to it, I wish I could have tuned in a little bit more, but I was sick as a dog yesterday. I had a migraine. Ugh, I hate migraines.
By the way,
Sorry.
I'm sorry, honey. You suffer
It's
from them
okay.
all the time.
I know it's all good though.
Again, that's Danielle's GoFundMe. It's a spot fund. It's like a different type of GoFundMe. But if you want to donate to her, there's a link for that. Thank you, Rita. And so that's not going to work. Well, you still have to Friday. We'll figure out OC. All right. With
I mean,
that all being
literally,
said-
I don't have to be in. I mean, I'd love to, but don't work around me.
We'll make it work. I like doing the recaps the day after. So it bothers me that we have to do 90-day 2 days after, but I can't do 2 back-to-back. Like, our recaps run really long all the time. So I can't do it. There's no way.
We still have to.
And
Unless
plus
we got our girl MTT and she keeps us on point.
And plus, we still work on the side too. So, like, when I say like I've been going. So is Cody.
Yes,
It's but Rome wasn't rebuilt in a day, and
Right.
that's what's up. Okay, so let me start the intro and get into the sloppy episode of Before the 90 Days with the chicken lady and the blue pills and Tiger Lily.
I'm so happy.
Oh my God, I got married. I feel like the best day of my life. Okay, here we go.
God, she's about a 1.5 feet tall. Hey, John.
I understand by your friends and love. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. Not many people do. I can tell you that now. I'm getting more hate than Angela at the moment, but I'm not doing it for being popular. I think we can all know that, right?
Yeah, true.
I'm not doing it to get like I'm losing subs and and followers and members because I've taken this stand. So like for
yeah,
like
I'm happy for your own mental health. People are gonna at this point. People believe what they're gonna believe, and nothing is going to change their mind. So
yeah, and I'm fine with it. Old
Hey,
John would have been
Teresa.
crazy. What? Hey Shayna. Hey Shayna, Shauna. Hey Teresa.
Shayna.
Kelly. Anybody else I missed?
Lisa
Okay,
loves her pup.
All right, so let's see who we're gonna go for first here.
You gotta disconnect that.
We have
thing.
I know.
not.
Hold
I
on.
was
My
with the X,
phone's
but
connected to my Bluetooth, so let's just shut that off. Okay. Here we go. All right. So let's start with I think the new couple maybe that was first aired tonight. Sunny
Sunny.
and Veah, right?
I didn't take notes. I'm sorry.
I got it. Sunny is from South Africa by way of Bangladesh.
Okay, yes.
He's 25. He loves where he lives in South Africa. I believe he was saying that he went there to further his studies 7 years ago, and it's him and his dad. And he really likes it there. I don't know the name of the town. He kept saying it in South Africa, but whatever that place is, he really likes it because it's multicultural, and and I like his attitude.
And he's
from
from
what
Yeah.
I've seen.
dad, like run his business.
I like his attitude so far. Oh,
Yes, it seems like it's in a part of South Africa that might be a little bit more, I guess, metropolitan.
I would
give me
agree.
1 second. I just got a phone call. Hold on.
Sure.
I'm not taking it, but hold on.
It's okay. Yeah, because the two other people from South Africa both have I guess it's a very high crime area. And both of the men have been not dirt poor, but not as well off as I think.
No, I
they
like
portray
him.
themselves.
So far, I'm cool with him. I like his outlook on life, and he's a hard worker, so that checks all my boxes. And he does say that it was a
Durban.
weird introduction, Durban. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
But it was his introduction was kind of all over the place a little bit. It was
Yes.
hard to take notes. It just seemed disjointed, and not
Yes.
it's not his fault or Vega's fault. It was just production. Did anybody else feel like that? Nothing really connected.
Yeah, it seemed like they were trying to put a whole lot of information in at once, and then they were like, "Oh shit, this is too long," and just had to start, chucking
Yeah,
things off to the side.
I mean, I take lots of notes, and I probably have the
Yeah.
least written down.
Durban, South Africa.
It was all over the place for me. So then the next shot we see with them is him saying to his friend that they fought a lot, but she understands him, and he explains that he's friends with her, that she's friends with her ex-boyfriend Rory. This is like a little California name, Rory.
Rory.
Have you ever met a Rory? I never met a Rory in my
No,
life.
but there was I think that was a female though. There was a country music duo, and it was Rory and something.
Oh
And
no,
I think-
Teresa. Oh, we're not there yet. I don't know if I'm saving that for last or Chicken Lady. Both of them are gonna just take out all the energy I have tonight. We're not there yet. Trust me. Oh, I got a lot to say about it. I do. I feel like Lisa Rinna, and I'm going to speak about it.
Yeah, Durban looks like it's on the coast of South Africa. I'm trying to figure out what
Rory person here, Barbie. Barbie knows a Rory. It's just I've never to me that's a surfer, you know, and living in Malibu, man. That's a picture of Rory I get when I hear that name in my head. But cool for him. And then we do the whole weird 24 hour earlier thing, which I don't like. Just show them in order.
Yeah.
Why do you got to go that and then backwards? And then we find out about Veah and Rita. If you're in the chat, we have some tea on Veah, right? But I was waiting to post it when she was on the show. Rita, I know you're in here. You were just here a second ago. So we do have tea on Rory. Rory, listen to me. Veah. But
someone was asking me about some nails the other day. DM me because I can send you a whole bunch of stuff. Just pay for the shipping because I got a shit ton. Okay, sorry. Go on, back.
Okay, wait, Barbie. So he's like a snowboarder. Well, that's like the same thing as being a surfer, but with snow. Like that's how I see it. So the Rory
Oh, yeah.
fits. So Rita's here. Yeah. So Veah has an interesting past. And it could possibly be like
Ooh.
scammy.
Oh.
Like what? Like a pyramid scheme, Rita?
I mean,
Or like
90 Day have a scam? Shocking.
no. But I don't know what I don't want to misspeak yet. That was from like a few weeks ago, and I said, let's
Okay.
wait till she's actually on the show, because if we post it now, people are gonna be like, who the hell is she? You know, even when I post now about the new cast, they're like, who are these people? Oh, there it is.
Oh.
That multi-level marketing, is that what that is?
Oh, yeah.
Like is that like a
Oh,
Bernie
see.
Madoff type of situation?
Or like kind of structured Amway, although Amway is
Amway.
yeah.
Right. I never trust those. Oh, sign up all these people and like, no thanks. All right. Anyway, but I did have a neighbor who did Amway, and she was really into it, and she wasn't a scammer.
Yeah, no, my father sold it.
Okay,
Well,
Sarah, we're talking about people we know in real life.
Oh, okay.
But we were getting to the catheter. Wait. Oh, wait. Her
And
sister
then her
So-
sister went missing, but was she really missing? Don't know. Oh.
Okay, so it's already like a little shady with her, but whatever. She's from Orlando, and she's hanging out with like her Orlando friends. Well,
Yeah.
Cody is from like Orlando, so he could say that.
Absolutely.
I lived in Fort Lauderdale.
My whole life, pretty much. So I know Orlando very well.
Veah's had 8 siblings, 1 missing and then not 1 possibly missing. And I felt bad when I heard that her parents had addiction problems because my mom did. So that made me feel bad for her a little bit.
Right.
But she was in and out of foster families with her siblings, which
True.
also made me feel bad for her.
Rory Madden.
They've been dating for a year. And one thing was that she didn't know that, I've never been out of North America. The only time I've been in a different country was Canada, twice. And I haven't been when I went to Geneseo, we used to hang out in Niagara Falls, because it was close. The Canadian side, mind you.
Yeah.
So, but even I know that European outlets are different, or that we have a specific outlet here and you can't plug. Right? Isn't that common knowledge?
I mean, have you?
I've never been out of North America, and I've been to islands. But
well, aren't you bougie? Look at you.
Well, I was on a cruise ship.
I've been to Key West, but I mean,
yeah, no, I was on a cruise that
Cody,
was.
nobody wants to hear you and your horses. Key West
They were
whatever.
moving the shipport from Los Angeles to Miami, so it was a once in a lifetime. Went through the Panama Canal a whole bit, but even I know that they have adapters for European countries.
Oh, wait, Rita also said that she believes she's Mormon, and Teresa Cook says MLM can stand for Mormon slum money.
Hey, little shoe.
Hey, little shoe. All right, so there's not really much to cover here, except the fact that other than the outlets that she didn't know about, she says to her friends that he tracks her phone because he has jealousy problems. Well, I mean, I don't know. You've been dating this guy. Is that so terrible? I don't know. Is that so terrible that he tracks her phone?
It depends.
Now I feel like I'm defending Jasmine. I mean,
okay,
at the
so
Jasmine level.
No, and I'm going to say because she's very friendly with the ex.
Right.
And exes are exes for a reason. I mean, not that you have to hate them, but it's very obvious that she's very close with this. It almost reminds me of like a Tim Veronica, but
yeah, actually I hadn't thought of that. That's That's a pretty good. Well, I don't know how close Rory and haven't Tim and Veronica been like friends for like, and then lovers for like. I still don't believe that.
Right.
For like how long? I'm sorry.
But I
don't.
think, you know, so who is it that he doesn't trust? Does he not trust her, or does he not trust him? So
You know, I
too much of their relationship, so it'll be interesting to get
I
into.
would never track your phone.
yeah, I am friends with all my exes.
He's
To be
very
honest
close,
with
and he
you,
talks to the hill text.
I mean,
and
I've
throughout
only
the
had
middle of the night,
Cody's
but
been my fourth.
I don't.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
haven't, and like all my
I've never
relationships,
been jealous of
my
his
Most of
my
mine.
first two
And
were
he
like a
goes
year
out
and a
to dinner
year,
with them
and then I had
sometimes,
10
but
years, and then
it
I'm
don't bother
16
me.
years with this guy. So it's
Yeah.
not like, you know, I was a big whore
No,
because
Yeah.
Cody's been my fourth. Okay,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
welcome.
friends with most of mine.
so I never like, you know, my, you know, and one of my bridesmaids was my ex's sister, and my ex was at my wedding
Yes,
with
he
their
was.
new partner because
Yes.
you know, I've always felt like, you know, when you shared like a long time with somebody, like my ex,
You can't
I
just
was
embrace
with
it.
for 10 years, and I
Right.
was, you know, how do you just erase all that
There
in
was
their
good times,
family?
there was bad times, but
So
hey,
I've always
listen, we
felt-
can be friends. We can be friends.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I talked to all of them,
I-
all
Yeah.
three.
And I don't have no
It'll be
issue with
interesting
that.
to see
Tells-
who he doesn't trust. Or is it just basic distrust issues because of the way his experiences have been? Hey, Sheila.
But I
So-
can see him being like, you know, they've never met. You know, he
Oh,
lives in
that's
South
understandable.
Africa. She's in Orlando. And he knows that she's still friends, very close with her ex.
And plus,
And-
you're not supposed to be friends with guys as a woman over there in their
Well,
culture.
is he
right?
Muslim? I think he is Muslim.
I think
Like
he is.
Adnan?
No,
No.
Are you sure?
he's Bangladesh.
He's from Bangladesh, so he might be like what, Hindu?
What
Hindi?
is
Sure.
I don't know what he practices.
Now I'm confused.
Because you said that, but that's more of a Muslim thing, which we'll get to with Tiger Lily and
Yeah,
Adnan.
no, of course. That's what made me
Um,
think of it because of them.
I don't know what he is. Well, he is Muslim. So there you go.
he is Muslim? Because it says Christianity is the most popular in South Africa.
But he's a transplant. He's from Bangladesh.
Yes.
Right.
And he did say that he liked Durban, where he lived, because it's multicultural. There are Muslims, there
And
are
if you notice-
Indians,
Yeah,
there
Islam.
are.
His outfit, he was wearing the long things that they wear, and it had the design on the chest too. So
But that's
That's
also, I
what-
thought, like a South African type of
that's true. That's true.
garb.
And I
Hey,
just got
Bravo!
breaking news. Hold on. Got some.
Uh-oh.
Let me find that. There it is. So Team Yates has found an article from July that says that Veah was a victim of sex African trafficking.
Oh,
Trafficking.
So
traffic
that's
lights.
also something.
She was part of it.
A
or-
victim.
Oh, she was a victim of traffic
Victim.
lights?
Victim.
Oh, see, you like that, traffic lights? We can say
Yes,
now
I like
traffic
that.
I
lights.
like that better. Yes.
So she was a victim. It seems
Oh.
like Veah has a story.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
But they really didn't dive deep into her. So
No,
No,
we
they
barely
haven't.
got
him.
into her.
Yeah, you're right. They haven't yet.
So then we find out in the previews for next week that she invites, hey Niecy, she invites
girl.
Rory, the ex, to go with her.
But she's, she's
Yeah.
going to save that little surprise for when she gets off the
When they
plane.
arrive.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you. Yeah. He was coming this way. So he, Just
And I understand her wanting to bring somebody because she was right. What if we get into a fight? What if I need to go somewhere? I have
understand
nobody. It's a different language. Blah 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 blah
No,
blah.
of course.
I get
that.
well,
I
although
100%.
I think they speak English in South Africa because it was a British
Well,
colony
he
for
was
quite a long
talking
time.
English to the guy.
But I can see that. But bringing
Your
an ex that's already a point of contention
Why not
between
like
the two
a
of
Right.
you.
gay friend or something?
Like
you
now
know,
I
even
feel
that,
like
it's
you're just doing that for like ratings and
But you also got to look at it as like she trusts him so much. Obviously, like she said, he will always look out for me, and I will always look out for him. We have each other's back always. So she trusts him more than her other friend.
I don't know.
So-
Even her own friend said I don't think it's a wise idea. Like why couldn't she
No,
take the
but
blonde
I
girl
see that.
who knew how to use an outlet?
I see that.
Problem solved.
Oh, of course. She'd be the first to go.
No, the blonde girl with the outlet converter. Like I'd bring her. She knows what she's doing. In different countries.
I can kind of see why you would want to bring a male just because the
Bringing another girl like that's
Yeah.
really not going to help you too much.
This is
Like
the
you
natural
can put
look.
her in front of the person and get away, kind
I
of.
don't
But
know.
at least with a male, like you have more security.
Let's see.
Especially
here.
like in a different country.
Who do we have? Did we cover pretty much anything that we needed to
Yeah, pretty much.
cover with that? Okay. So South Africa has 11 official languages, but English is one of them. Yeah, I had English. Because we had
second
Ronald on
English.
the show with Tiffany. I don't know
I
who else
don't
has been
recall
from
him
South
really
Africa.
speaking with like an accent though. I mean, he wasn't like dubbed or anything, was he? When he was speaking?
I didn't think so.
I
no.
don't think so either.
But also, he's from like India, Bangladesh, and that was also another British.
Yeah,
Colony.
we speak English there too. So
It's when my the natural curl is coming in tonight. That's when my history degree comes in handy. The few times it does ever when I talk about this reality show. But there you go.
Right.
All right. So
$90,000 later.
let's see here. We covered Sunny. Oh man. Oh, not ready for her.
Who's Sunny?
The one we were just talking about.
Okay. I haven't got their names down yet. It's gonna no, I'm gonna have to start taking notes because then that way I'll remember who these people are.
Trust
Oh
me,
my
he
god, I
took
love
notes
you.
and I watched the show with him, and I'm still confused on this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Favor's on right now. I was distracted.
I need
No, it's
photos.
fine. Me and Addie are the note takers usually, so like
think
not
we're
everybody
pretty
has to take
good.
notes.
God bless
I
it.
can't
Thank
find
God I
you.
took them.
God bless it. She is so. She's the
Sorry, I was distracted. Fader is on.
No, even I rely. Even when it's rare that I don't take notes, but I'm like, oh, if Addie's up with me tomorrow, I don't have to take any. Like, so I've done that a couple times myself, so it's cool.
Yeah,
right.
I'll definitely have to take notes.
Let's go to and I was kind of waiting for Brooklyn to be up here for this because I know how much she likes Lauren. Let me give her a quick text.
Okay.
See where she is. You almost here because I'm about to talk
asleep
about your favorite
fall asleep.
Lauren. Oh, there she is.
Yay!
Hello,
What's
my
up, my
people.
love?
What's up, my girl? How's
Nothing.
it going?
Hey, Johnny Mac.
I had to come
Johnny.
up to talk about these people because it was a wild. I mean, I never saw anything like Brian on this show before.
Well, do you want to go to Brian now?
Well, I mean, John knows I worked and I had to go to my daughter's school for something, but like I had to come on and talk about Brian because I really feel like that was the first time I saw something so like I never actually heard a man jerk off before on TV.
Oh, okay. So we're getting right into it.
I'm
Okay.
just saying. I'm in 2 seconds and Ro's starting already. There's no singing tonight, Ro. We're not doing it, Ro.
How about a maraca?
Okay, thank you. I had a headache all night.
Is that what it sounded like?
No singing, just maracas. Gotcha.
All right, so I was gonna go to Lauren. Why don't we go to Lauren first, and then we can
Go.
Yes.
Yeah, it's do what you're
Nisi
gonna
said
do.
she has some tea on Lauren.
Do it.
Who has it?
Nisi.
Oh, spill it, girl. You want to come up?
I think the man of the house is preoccupying her.
All right, so while
In a
we're
good
waiting
way?
for Nisi, if you want, DM it to me,
Is that
and we'll
Nisi
cover. I don't know what the hell to do. Let's just talk about Lauren and Faith. Okay, so Lauren, Mr. Smiles, finally gets to Philippines, Thailand,
Thailand.
I don't know.
I think it's Thailand because that's where they have the lady boys. Where is David and Annie? Where's Annie from?
Thailand.
Yeah.
I can't
I
remember.
don't know.
Either Thailand or Philippines for both. I'm gonna wager.
Okay, so
No, I think Annie's from Thailand. I
Yeah,
told you it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard getting back on this train.
it's
Once you've
Thailand.
been.
It's Thailand.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's Thailand. Okay, we're good. So I believe both Annie. Oh wait, Philippines is Faith. Shit.
he's in Thailand.
Okay, so Faith is in Philippines, and I believe Annie is
But
from
isn't
Thailand.
that where?
Okay, now we got it. Now
Isn't
we got
that where Paul's girl or wife is from? The Philippines?
it. Carini?
Yeah. Where is she from?
Brazil.
Oh, I don't
Oh
know.
Lord, Cody, you were
I
saying.
don't know.
All right. So
Okay, she's
He
from. So are we talking about? She said she's from Thailand but lives in the Philippines. Are we talking about?
Jana, I've only ever met one Jana in my life. It's a rare name.
It's a very rare name. I have to agree.
Okay, pretty name.
It's pretty. I only knew one Jana in my life. I like that.
Yes.
The female version of John. There you
Yes. A
But
very
usually people go
dear
Joanna.
friend.
Normal
or-
it
daughter,
would
his
be
name
like
is
Gianna, but not Gianna.
woot
Roro's keeping his train going.
woot.
Thank you,
Oh,
Ro.
okay.
Ro. I'm not singing, Ro. I'm telling you right now.
Giving light.
doing the
I'm giving
maracas.
light instrumentals. So Pineapple says Lauren married his high school sweetheart, who he alleges used to beat him, and he also has 2 kids.
Oh,
Yeah, right. He also
because-
has.
you know what? I did know that because he was saying stuff about child support. He said his ex-wife took all the money from the show. Whatever he made, she took. So I was like, oh, I didn't know. You didn't mention your kids on the show, but maybe he wasn't allowed.
We're gonna have to run a financial thing on him because it wouldn't make sense
He
why
did,
he's homeless.
He did a what is that called? A Q&A on his social media.
Okay.
Bibbidi bibbidi. Oh, someone, bibbidi bibbidi Williams. Send me what's his IG? I don't even follow him. What is it?
Oh boy, you know what?
Someone
don't know
DM it to me
quick.
later, please. Okay, I don't even follow him, but I feel like I should.
He said he has never heard the term gynosexual, but the producers told him to say that. So the producers are inventing
Oh,
a new term.
really?
I think they should call it Gyno Central. Then, like, why don't you make it like zhuzh it up a little bit?
Okay, we can say.
Like, you ever watch 4-Year-Old Virgin, and then he was like on the speed dating Steve Carell, and then he Gyno.
She said she can't DM. That's why she's typing everything here.
Okay,
He has 2
so
kids, and according to him, his wife told him to go on the show because she wanted his money. Is that why he's homeless right now?
I mean, could be.
and it would also make sense why he's not that committed to Faith
Yeah.
because it seems like you know, he wants an open relationship. He wants to live there. Wait, he also said he's never what? He's also said he's never said he's non-minimum. What does that mean?
Not sure about that one.
But he's
What does
not.
non-minimum mean? Is that like Latin?
I think the bottom line is he was extra for the show. And I was right. I like Law. I told you I liked him a little bit. I think he's just extra. I think that there was a little hype up for him on the show.
I mean, he's certainly extra. I never heard anybody ever say that he likes the smell of a woman's penis.
There are a lot of firsts for me on this season, and I can't believe I'm even saying that. I can't believe I'm even saying that because I've been watching the show for 10 years, and the fact that I could say that statement is a big thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, we were talking about that with Danielle earlier. Like, you know, what do you think now of the show? And she's like, no.
Yeah.
You know, he apparently told the producers he wouldn't necessarily mind if the partner cheated, and they said, "Great, you're non-monogamy."
So
Why
he's
are
not
they making up
monogamous.
words? Okay.
Okay, so he's again someone going on the show saying, "Okay, we'll make this boo thing work, and it's okay if there's cheating. It's okay. Hey, this week."
Clearly, Faith, you know, from what she said on, you know, this episode last week, you know, she wants to be loved and she's never had like a romantic relationship. And, you know, she's fooled around with guys in the past, but it was like more like, you know, a one and done type of deal. And then she also said that when she's on dating apps or whatever, and they find out that she's trans, they're like, okay, no thanks, and she gets blocked. So I kind of feel bad for Faith because, you know, she doesn't know.
I like her.
I like her too. And she has no I don't know how you like Lauren, to be honest with you. He's as bots as the fucking chicken lady.
Let me get this straight because you always exaggerate. I don't like him like, oh, I like what I
literally just said 5 minutes ago you like Lauren.
Right.
You
Well,
rewind?
sometimes you're dramatic, Yates, okay? I like him in a way that, again, I don't want him touching me or sharing my food, but I like to watch him because I feel like he's a yes man. He wanted to be on the show. He needs the money, right? He's got 2 kids. He's paying child support. And again, he said his ex-wife, I heard him say it, took the whole entire check from the show. So I feel like he is playing a character a little bit. I think he is into her, but I think he's a yes man. He did whatever the producers wanted, and he's playing a character, and I find him a little funny and a little intriguing.
Oh, he's definitely intriguing. I'll give you that. And to Pisces, to what you said, as much as Lauren wants, I can't believe I'm reading this out loud. As much as Lauren wants her penis, like she's unwilling to give it to him without at least courting and feelings being involved. I love that. I love that too because she's a lady,
right?
Lady,
man.
A lady. She's a lady.
She's a lady. Let's call her a lady because she's a lady.
She's a lady. No, she
is a
but
lady.
me saying she's a lady boy isn't a dig. She probably is a lady boy.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
that's not.
Calls herself.
That's not an insult, and I'm not trying to like. Boom, you roasted. No, that's. She won Ladyboy competitions, and you know, and I love it for her.
Yeah.
You know. So let's get out of that mess before we dig that hole any deeper.
The reason he only had a backpack for the 20-day trip is because he had already sent a bunch of clothes and stuff to the Philippines for donations. But he'd use it when he was there, and the producers said it would be difficult to explain that. So he is absolutely paying child support, and he won't go to jail.
Right.
What?
Right.
So
run that by me one more time.
Okay. The reason he only had a backpack for the 20-day trip is that he had already sent a bunch of clothes and stuff to the Philippines for donations. That part I don't understand. But he'd use it when he was there, and the producer said that would be difficult to explain. Then she says he absolutely paying child support because he said he doesn't want to go to jail.
Okay. He's got it. It's.
Oh, is that from his Q&A?
That's from, I don't know. You'd have to ask Pineapple where the source was. I guess there was an interview.
Pineapple watched the same thing I watched.
No, this has been off screen because this new cast, like Rainey, that
A lot of information.
they are breaking NDA left and right, and this is the third episode, and it's been just I don't know how anybody hasn't gotten fired or has a pending a lawsuit from.
I think they
the
finally
Oscar
told
government.
Rainey, like, girl, you got to stop because I haven't seen her post in a couple of days. She posted 6 hours ago, but
Why can't you DM me? We have DM. Why can't you? You know my number. Just text me. All right, we'll figure that out later. Listen, I'm working on some things. I promise you. But we gotta build a foundation first. But listen, getting back on the horse is hard work, and it's pretty much like me starting all over again, and it's fine. I'm good with that. So, but trust me, we'll get some newer people on, and I'll leave it at that.
I take back my, she will, like, she posts hardcore when it's like the day of the show. Like she's just firing it off and answering her own questions and firing some more. Says your account is disabled. Weird, just because I DM'd you the other day.
Yeah, my account's not disabled because I'd be having a shit fit if it was. But no, I don't know. We'll figure it out, Pineapple. All right, so he's there and he's super horny and wants to get it on. And I don't get that either. Everybody wanting to screw on the first night is yucky to me. I wouldn't feel comfortable sleeping in the same bed as somebody.
First of all, you just
the first night.
All those hours. You know what I'm saying? You're tired. You gotta clean it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird.
And this is Lauren. Time schedule. Come on. We should be doing all this already. We should have already slept 10 times together already. So he administers her written 40-question dating test to her. And he's pushing for, to get more intimate, and she wants to take it slow. And I'm on Fate's side all the way with this. I am.
Yeah, I mean, he just is just overly willing, like Faith is really in this for true reasons.
Love.
Yeah, she is in it for love. She doesn't want to get hurt. Hey, MW, but yeah, and I think unfortunately Lauren's going to hurt her, and
he is for sure.
Yeah,
and it makes me wonder if he's just doing it for the show to get the checks to get out of his, to pay his child support too, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering about that too.
Yeah.
So,
do you know what cash you're making now, approximately? I know you knew back in the day.
Well, I know that they make $2,500 an episode for Pillow Talk.
Okay, so
I know that.
I'm sorry. I thought it was 12 for the first season. For your very first season, I believe it's $1,200 an episode for your first season.
No. Well, it used to be back in the day that before the 90 days was like the cheapest of the cheap. That and the other way. They were the two low end ones. So back when before 90 days started, they were only getting paid $500 an episode.
Wow.
Now I'm sure it's gone up, but I don't know the exact amount like I used to. I do know the current thing for Pillow Talk is $2,500 an episode, but I feel like Dave and Annie are probably making more than that because they've been on that Pillow Talk for forever.
Right.
Yeah. Lauren and Alexi are probably making more.
Back in the day, it used to, Happily Ever After was the cash cow. You wanted to be on Happily Ever After because people are,
Right.
and again, I remember Ashley, when I was friends with her, when she was on Happily, she told me she got 8,000 an episode.
Wow.
Uh,
100 seems rather low.
I'm not sure I believe that, but okay.
what?
8,000 an episode back then?
That's what she said.
Doesn't pay well, but okay.
But Happily was always the place you wanted to go to make the most money. That's always been the upper echelon of like all the sequels.
Think of it this way. Kelly Dodd said yesterday in one of her podcasts that her first season of Housewives, Orange County, the oldest one, her first season of Housewives, she made 60 grand. So I don't think they're paying Happily 8,000 an episode.
Yeah, but also don't forget, you're on half the episodes of the season. Not every couple is shown every episode.
Right.
Take that into account too.
Right.
On Housewives, obviously Kelly's going to be on every episode
Right.
because the housewives interact with each other. But we're watching different couples, and other than Angela, because she was on every episode of the show with Michael. Most couples, 99% of the couples aren't on every episode. Like, look, we just found out about Sunny and Orlando chick tonight, and then next week we find a new couple. And I remember when I was covering The Other Way for the first year, it took the first 4 episodes for Devin to come on. So and again, back then I also didn't believe it from Ashley that she was making that much, because the most I ever heard was like 5,000. But they did like Ashley and Jay, and Ashley and Jay did bring the ratings.
So
I was there for
it. It was Larissa a while back when she used to do her lives from Colorado. She was the one that said that on 90 Day, I guess either her first season, they would get Colt would get 1,200 an episode. But that's going back.
Yeah, and that was season 6. I mean, we're going back to again like 2018 now.
Mm-hmm.
And back when Colt and Larissa were originally on, much like Ashley and Jay, there were only 2 shows. It was 90 Day and Happily.
And I don't know what year Kalani was, but I remember Kalani saying that
it's
they
the
got
same
50.
season.
Okay, because they got 50,000.
Kalani, Ashley, Lita. The other one we just said who?
Dave and Annie.
No, not that season. Season 6 will always be my favorite season of 90 Day.
Me too.
Larissa, Ashley, Lita, Kalani, and who were the other 2 couples on it? Can't remember now.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I never ever liked Ashley. I just didn't like her. Couldn't stand her. It irked me to watch her. Everything about her bothered me. Wasn't the other guy on there from Jamaica with the white woman?
Yeah. Jay. And she lives in, but Ashley's doing really good now. She has a beauty shop, a salon.
Right.
And she just, I think, either got engaged, and she looks good, and she hasn't, she's living her life. So good for Ashley. I don't have anything else to say about that. All right, so we're done with Lauren and Faith, right? That was very little.
Yeah.
So let me give you the 3 options left, and they're all horrible. So we have Brian.
Okay, that's the option.
Okay, Brian. All right.
I felt so forget the reasons she's in it. I don't care if she wants to come to America. I don't care if she's a scammer. I don't care what anybody's going to say about this girl in the future. I'm just going to tell you, when I watched that episode, I felt so bad for her. It was, first of all, I like her. Okay. I think she has great intentions. I think that she's a good mom. She's got her kids. She wants to better her life any means possible. I think she liked him. They had good conversation, but I don't like him. And I'm going to get crap for that because he's in a wheelchair and all that stuff. But I'm also going to
no. Listen, you cannot like him. And
I don't like him
because he's in a wheelchair. Because I'm not thinking, I don't have a good opinion of him either.
Yeah.
But,
Has he ever said why he,
Vague, way too vague for my liking.
yeah,
But here's the
has-
thing, like, aside from all of that, okay, this girl is half your age.
Right, and
flew there.
this is his third attempt with a
Right,
young
right. And
Brazilian.
when
as
that
well.
was actually when he said that in the call with his daughter, boom, red flag across the screen. But let's leave that alone for a second. Let's make believe she's the first, although she's not the first. We know that. But here's the thing. You flew there. She came to get you at the airport. You get back to this hotel. It's your first night. Have a drink in the lobby. Get to know each other. Go to dinner.
Wait! You're jumping, or you're going too quickly, honey. Hold on. First off, which cameo did I do for Larissa? And okay, let's build this backstory up a little bit because all we've seen
I'm just
for
too
Brian
help it.
was that he's very independent. He doesn't need and
Yeah,
it's tricky because he is disabled, right? So very independent. He can dress himself. He can drive himself. He could do everything himself, and he showed that in like the first couple episodes, right? So, and I was like, wow, this guy is pretty. He can get around, so good for him. And again, I could never imagine being paralyzed like that. And Lord, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So I have a lot of respect for him when it comes to being able to manage himself. I have a very good friend that's disabled, and she's probably watching now, sweetheart. And I was also very impressed, on how
he made her do everything that he could actually do because he wanted to test the limits to see how far she would be able to help.
And we're jumping ahead again.
Very stingy and very.
Well, if he's jumping ahead, I'm jumping ahead.
Okay, well, let me get us there, and then we can all talk at the same time if we want.
I had your back the other
We'll
night.
have a Thunderdome and see who comes out the winner.
I'm on your side.
All right, so that being said, he said that to her, and I, like you said, what's your name? Brooklyn. Because when me and Brooklyn talk, I call her by her real name, and it's it's hard for me to sometimes I slip. So I get that he wanted to tell her that although I am disabled, I have no problem getting around. So then what does he do the second he lands is to test her 30 seconds. You're in the airport and you have her in the dress and you're making her put the parking.
Right. It's why didn't he, when she said, hey, do you need help with your luggage? Where she's, he's scooting. No, I'm good. But when you get to the car, you want her to put in the hand controls. And why is he driving?
What did she drive?
I felt like he was interviewing an aide. This is what I felt like.
Yeah,
I felt like instead of meeting your future wife or a love interest, I felt like he was interviewing a nurse or an aide or a life helper. I don't feel like, and it was out the gate. Okay, if you want to go back to the airport, it was at the airport. Out of the gate, the minute that they met, I felt like this poor girl was being tested by him and by the country watching it on TV now. And it's really messed up because she already takes care of 2 children and herself with not much help. So now to have to meet this man. Now, imagine being her. I just want to say this for a second. You talk to this guy. You talk to this guy. You build a relationship. And you know what? You think to yourself, you know what? He's a good person. He speaks my language. We have good conversation. You know what? I know he's handicapped, but I'm going to give this a shot.
Wait, hold on. Pineapple might got us there with that. Do we know if she can drive? Which is a fair question. Okay,
Fine.
maybe.
But
She got to the airport.
Right.
In her car, so she drove it.
Yeah,
Of
so
course she drove. She was her son in the back.
no, she have to look. I have to look at every angle. And Pineapple
showed
Nisi is right to say do we even know if she could drive? But it was in a car. she drove there. Well, we don't know. We didn't see her driving there. We just saw it in the parking lot. So
She drove
obviously
with
there
her
was a car
son in
there,
the back
and it
seat
wasn't like
of the
Okay, so-
episode before.
All right,
Oh,
so
wait,
we know
yeah,
she
right.
drove.
Didn't
Let's
she?
get
Wait,
past
wait, wait.
Yeah,
Wait,
she pulled up to the gate in
She
front
drove
of
her
her.
son in the last week's episode.
Yeah. She pulled up to the gate
Okay.
to her
So
house.
she can drive anyway, though. But like that's what I'm saying. Like
She
so.
has a little hatchback.
So to say, so she, she's okay. She's thinking to herself, all right, I'm going to do this. I like him. We have good conversation. I'm going to go for this. Knowing that he has this handicap, but she's obviously convinced herself that she's going to look past it. Now, I have to tell you, I tried to put myself in his shoes. I never could, but I tried to think to myself, if I was meeting a guy and I was handicapped, I'll tell you right now, the minute I met him, I would have. Do you remember that girl, the little girl, on that episode with the big guy, and she was short. She was in a wheelchair also.
Oh,
yeah.
the one that got canceled.
Right.
The
Yes.
Russian.
Like even her, like she said, she felt it right away. The minute that she saw him, she had that insecurity. I would have felt that too. And the last thing I would have did was put that other person to work. And
I
he
mean,
put
at
her
some
to work.
point,
He put her to work.
right. My real life BFF was dating a man, and he had neuropathy really, really bad, to the point where he like had to have, toes amputated, because he didn't realize that, he had broke them. But
Okay.
anywho, it's like she got to the point where it was like, you know what? I don't want to date him, because I know one day that I'm going to be his caregiver.
Absolutely. That you listen, and this is a young girl who's the caregiver
Right.
of two of her children. So what I just couldn't imagine being in her shoes from the minute that like I don't understand what he was thinking and the approach he took. I understand you want to see if it's serious. I understand you want to see if she's all in, but give her one night. Give her
Right.
a second.
And I did. I thought, well, and even if she didn't drive and someone drove her,
Whatever. Who cares about the driving?
but why am I the only one who wouldn't want to drive in a foreign country? Like,
Thank
36
you. That's what I
Well,
said.
no, well. In his defense, Brazil is not foreign to him. He learned Portuguese from being there with the soccer team. So in
True.
his defense, Brazil is not foreign to him.
Yeah, but my first
I'm a
time
little
meeting a
confused
guy,
why we're
and then
hooked
I
up.
have to connect his brake and gas, and then he's gonna be driving us to the hotel
I'm
or
not
to
even
her house,
trying to be
wherever.
rude, but I'm a little
No.
confused why we're hooked. Like why we're focused on the
I'm
driving
gonna
part.
get to that, Rita. Don't put the cart before the horse. Okay, we're gonna get to that. That's also tea I'm gonna spread. Hold on. It's because this is all bullshit, because he's married to somebody else this whole time.
What a pig.
All right, let's get into that now.
Oh, hubba lubba.
Yeah,
I
but
posted an
married, like,
Instagram
really
post
married
about
or
it.
married on paper.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. No,
Some
What?
people,
Listen-
I'm going to be honest. Some people are married because they never filed for divorce, or they share a house together, but they live separate lives. I have so many clients that are married legally.
not like that.
That's what I asked you. Is it married or married on paper?
So Mary Pants posted this. Brian is married, but it's not to Ingrid.
Okay.
All right, let me share my screen. Hold on.
Okay.
So we're gonna jump ahead to the tea part on this, but I still have a lot more to say.
Because I don't believe the story. I don't believe it, and I'm having a hard time believing it.
Up my post, and this is from Mary Pants. They came up with the tea, not me. So all credit goes to them. Okay, here we go. Let me see here. Okay, can I pause this? Can I pause? Put that off. Okay. Hold on. Share screen. Instagram. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
All right, let me block us out of it, so it's a full screen. Okay, that's my Instagram, and that's our very handsome wedding picture there. But here we go. So, according to Mary Pants, Brian is married, but it's not to Ingrid.
Oh,
Okay.
It's gonna roll there. This is Francelli, Brian's current wife.
pretty girl.
They have maintained a long distance relationship since 2017 and became engaged in 2019. They shared their journey on YouTube, amassing over 3,000 subs and forming friendships in the US. They officially married in 2022. However, according to a close friend of the couple, oh, damn it, I can't read it that fast. Let me go to Mary Pants' page. Hold on, because I have it on a.
But he's not
Hold
with
on.
us, though.
Hold on. Let me stop sharing this for a second. I'll go to Mary Pants' page.
But while we're sitting there, while you're bringing that up, wouldn't he want to connect his own, like, wouldn't he want to connect his, hand? I forgot, the hand pedal by himself. I mean,
I don't know why he wouldn't. I don't know. I don't want to jump the gun here and go too far, but you're talking about the car, and my mind is so past the car. When they got to that hotel room, the things he wanted her to know about and do, and
yeah,
I mean,
that was.
Let's not get there yet. All right,
Yeah.
so.
But I'm just
here's Mary
saying,
Pants'
as
page.
someone pointed out, if there is a rental car, I'm sure the rental car company would like for him to put them on versus someone who's never did it.
I know.
Right. All right. So here's Mary Pants' page. Brian is not married. Brian is married, but it's not to Ingrid. Oh no, wait, not Usman Loves Chicken.
Oh.
No, wait, hold on.
That one. There we go.
This is Francelli, Brian's current wife. They have maintained a long distance relationship since 2017 and became engaged in 2019. They shared their journey on YouTube, amassing over 3,000 subs and forming friendships across the US. They officially married in 2022, which was 2 years ago. However,
Okay.
according to a close friend of the couple, their marriage faced difficulties once they began living together in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
They have
Brazil.
been there have been reports suggesting that Brian may have been involved with other women during their marriage. This is supported by Brian's appearance with Ingrid on the show, and Brazilian court documents indicate that divorce proceedings have been ongoing since the
See what
summer
I
of
mean?
2023.
So they're not married, and he's cheating. They got married, and it didn't work, and there's paperwork for divorce.
Okay.
And now he's
Divorce
trying to do it all
process
over again.
is reportedly complicated, with Brian allegedly concealing assets by transferring his car and home to others' names. This could potentially be a strategy to influence the decision of the division of assets, which is typically a 50-50 split in Brazil.
Which is very common.
Posting that tea is coming out about Brian and my story, I have been contacted by additional women with claims related to Brian. I anticipate follow-up posts as there are some concerning allegations, including claims that Brian has gifted iPhones equipped with apps that track conversations. Oh, dang. Okay, so that's that.
I think Brian has a lot of time on his hands because, as you know, and he stated, he doesn't even enjoy or get anything from sex. So I think that he doesn't work and he's got a lot of time on his hands. And I think that he's obsessed with women.
Well, he's definitely obsessed with women, and like we said, like this is his third relationship with a Brazilian younger girl.
Yes.
What she say?
At
I
least
wonder
he's
if-
third.
well,
He's looking, in my opinion,
Oh, Ingrid.
he is looking for a wife, but he's really looking for a caretaker. And it makes sense that once they started living together, it fell apart. Because if he treated his wife the way he treated that girl in one night, I can imagine her saying, "I'm done." Because let's be honest here. He is independent, but he also is very needy and has a lot of needs. And
well, I'm trying to like fight this in my head, and 90 Sips of Reality is another Instagram blogger on IG. Oh, that's redundant. Make sure you give them a follow because I've shared a few of their posts because they get good info too. So 90 Sips of Reality on Instagram is another good blogging page to follow for a 90-day. Okay, so I get him wanting to test her because
that was
if-
a big test.
No, that was like the SATs meets the ACTs meets like the LSATs meets the MCATs. Like he put.
Ridiculous.
But I'm
Beyond.
sorry, what do you think?
Me too, Princess Mariposa. Honestly, beyond the creeps. And this is why I say I enjoy Lauren, who at least puts his weirdness cards on the table, rather than Brian, who is definitely lying, definitely manipulating. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. And I just have to say this. I gotta get it off my chest. I'm not gonna fast forward and talk about the whole hotel thing, but all I kept thinking in that episode was, doesn't he realize his daughter's watching this? Like when he's whacking off in the shower and he's having this conversation about his catheter, and like, doesn't he realize his daughter and his family is watching this?
No,
Did he hear
come
that voice?
on, girl. Look at all the cast we've had on this show. All
John,
their families are
Does he
watching
need?
it.
I have never in the history of 90 days heard that whacking noise
Well, we're gonna get to that
ever.
because it was
And
disgusting.
his daughter will never forget it for the rest of her life.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to hear my dad like
Exactly.
going ham on his ham.
Exactly.
Like that was aggressive.
I've
But
never
again,
heard that in the history of this show.
no, he says he can't feel anything down there, so maybe he has to be more aggressive with. I've certainly never had to do it that hard. Like Lord, I
thanks
feel
for your-
my dick would fall off if I did it like that. But he did he did say that he has no feeling down there, so it would make sense why he would have to be so aggressive with it. And again, I cannot believe we're talking about this because it's gross.
Can we not?
Um,
Can we please not talk about it because I'm
Oh, we
having
have
meatballs
to.
tonight and I'm not. I don't want to.
yeah, as he's feeding me a meatball right now, by the way. All right, so
Right, Barbara?
can't tell anything down there. And he was a little presumptive to take like the half of the blue pill because he already said if he takes like Viagra or anything, it can like give him an aneurysm or he's lightheaded and but so I would think that you would only really subject yourself to taking it when you knew it was a sure thing. Because if ejaculating might
Kill you?
kill you.
And again, you just met her. Give it a second. And not only listen, he's in a wheelchair. He's handicapped. So not only, even if you just met her and you were not handicapped, you're already taking the pill. You just met her the first night and the cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
But you have all those things on top of it and you still took the pill. Handicapped. I mean, all these things.
And when he made such a big deal out of it, saying like, when we have sex, and again, I could not imagine what that's like or to have no feeling down there. So I have to give him a little bit of leeway here, right?
Right.
Because I don't know. And I think hopefully I'll never know. And I hope nobody of you ever have to know what that feels like.
You're much better than
I was like, what's the purpose if you don't get enjoyment out of it?
to do it for the other
said, like he wants to like be a man and make his girl feel happy, which I kind of respected.
She didn't look like she was looking for it at all. She rolled over and put those covers on her so tight.
I'm good.
Why? Which part didn't get her in the mood? The part when she's on her hands and knees putting the brakes in the car. The part where he's saying, unbuckle my jeans, take off my shirt, take off my socks,
right?
Roll me in the shower, put me on the shower bench. I mean, like, and then you saw her go into the bed and she was almost sleeping at that point because she was still
right.
Exhausted.
But she's also asking, like, why is he having me do all this stuff? He tells me he's fairly independent, and yes, he does need help. So why am I putting on these handbrakes when he can do it himself? I mean,
it was constantly, again, it was like an interview for an aide. That's how I felt. I felt like I was watching someone interview a nurse.
And I agree with you. And let's get part to so if all that wasn't making Ingrid feel sexy, then he busts out the catheter.
Yes.
What?
Yes. On the very I'm gonna say they probably met each other when the catheter came out. I think it was maybe hour 4 of meeting. Hour 4 of meeting.
I mean, talk about putting her through the ringer. I
There
felt
is
bad
so
for
much
the
more
girl.
behind this. There is just so much more.
And he
You know-
wanted to unload every part. And again, he said he's testing her, which, okay, give her a couple of slight tests here and there to see where she's at.
But not
Right.
like
You
the
know,
catheter
but
stuff,
not-
like right away.
Not do everything that you say that you're capable of doing in the first place. And the catheter, like,
too much. It was just too much for me. I felt again, it was a first. I've never seen these things on the show. I'm glad that they're showcasing handicapped people and everybody needs
Yeah.
love, and I am here for it. But there's something with this guy. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, and it's not even the fact that he was married, because shit happens and they have divorce papers, whatever. But there's just something with him that I'm not feeling. And this poor girl, I need her to run. Like, I need her to run as fast as she
I
can.
hope she does too. I
need
really
her to
do.
run.
And
I
like-
want her to at least go home and he can spend the night in his hotel.
Yeah.
And he could do it by himself, according to him. So, it is what it is. And like, then he has to talk, he's like, look at the pictures and you could figure it out. And like, I'd be like, shit, like, what did I just sign up for?
Right.
But
That's
then
bad.
we get to the shower part where he's
I'm going to
just
go to the
like,
lobby, see if they have a toothpaste, some toothpaste.
I'm telling you,
That's how
John.
he was.
Telling you guys in the chat. I'm telling you, Wicked. That poor girl was in that bed under those covers in that pillow, and she was thinking to herself, I'd bet $100 right now if I could talk to her. She was thinking to herself, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe this is happening. What am I doing? What
I
am
would have
doing?
literally, I'm going to go to the lobby to see if they have any toothpaste at the front desk. And then I would have went home.
He took nothing slow. He was on speed
Good night, babe.
100.
Love you. We'll see you tomorrow.
He didn't take he instead of taking it slow and being a normal person and letting her give her 5 minutes to digest seeing you in person, seeing you, he rammed it all down her throat. I mean, having to hear the bathroom like that.
no, he wanted to ram it down her throat, but that didn't happen.
Well, yeah, that's true. And again, his poor daughter and family watching this, really, honestly, it's horrible.
Well, I mean,
Like-
devil's
Wicked.
advocate, you have to give him credit to.
I don't. I'm gonna be on. I don't. I'm Wicked. I know I'm gonna sound like a mean person.
No,
I
don't
don't wanna
because
be one up
again,
here.
he could have taken it a little
Yeah,
slower.
I give him credit for trying to find love, and I give him credit for how he lives his life every day. But the way he handled that first night with her, the way
Horrible.
he handled her, I give him no credit. I'm sorry. I can't
Yeah.
let the handicap thing make me
I'm
feel
with Brooklyn
differently.
on that.
And also, like, I don't want people to be like, listen, he is disabled and he has issues from that, right? And I don't want anyone to think that we're making fun of that in any way, which we're not.
No.
But
But you
what
still don't
we're
have to be a
commenting
jerk.
on is how, like, he gave her this litany of tests
Everything that he could
when
do
he kept
himself,
telling her
He made her
over
do
the
it.
phone for like the last few years that like he's completely independent. And the first night there, he like, I'm sorry,
Leaving the dang airport, she had to connect the things, and she's like, I'm not really sure how this works. And
Right?
like everything, like
Yeah.
I mean, he could have at least like tried to help a little bit and like been like, just to make it safe for both of them. Because what if she didn't connect it right? What if there was a piece she
There was
missed, and
no
then you're
I mean,
driving down
he
the road?
was
Like
truly ballsy to like
That's
go
just
so
very
far,
crappy.
so hard.
It's almost like, can I say one thing? It's almost like he got there, right? And he's like, hey, I told her what's up. I sent her pictures, and this is me. Accept it all right now. Look at it right now.
yeah, you
Like,
send
right?
pictures, but that don't
Like,
mean that.
you're putting in
And
her
let's
face.
not forget,
I told
he has a
you,
super
this is
shady
me.
past. Like,
Right.
drug
He does.
dealer. The first episode was like, oh, I was a victim of like a carjacking, is what he
Yeah,
said.
you got
But that was
talked
all
about-
connected to like the drug biz,
Yeah,
and
he
he got
said himself that she doesn't know.
he started
anything
on day
before
one lying to
I
all
got
of us.
shot.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Day one, we watched the
Right.
first
That's
episode.
what I
and
said.
we all thought he was a saint.
I
I
knew-
did.
Right.
I said it from day one.
And I mean, and what I was going to say is like, I give him credit for showing a bit too much, but showing what it is like, you know, a day in the life for him. But that's not this show.
Right.
You know, it's
Not the show.
yeah, it's not the show.
You know what
And
Like, do you know what?
his
like-
wife is in Brazil, so you know, maybe he wanted to scare her off so he could work on whatever part of the divorce or whatever with the wife.
Why even do that? Why get with somebody for what reason? How's that going to help him in his divorce?
I don't know. I
Listen,
think part of
I just feel like he got there, right? And maybe he's angry with the world for the situation he's in, but he got there and he was like ramming his handicap down her throat. Like, I'm going to show her now. I'm going to show the world, and I'm going to show
Right.
her what I got to deal with every day. And I'm not going to hide nothing. I'm going to put it on blast and I'm going to ram it down her throat. Do you know what I'm saying?
right. Do you think though that like his attraction to women is an ego thing to prove to himself that okay, I'm disabled and I'm still handsome. I'm disabled and I can still, you know, attract a woman and I can still get married and I can still do all these things
I don't know if he's
even with a handicap.
himself or prove it to other people, but oh, here we go, Ro. Ro's the troublemaker.
Thank you, Ro, for being the only person giving us super chats tonight. We appreciate it. And I get what you're saying. Wicked. Yeah, that. I mean, obviously, you want to prove yourself when you're in that position.
Right.
And he is a good-looking guy, but not all that on like
Right.
Hour 4. No, spread that shit out, man.
Yeah, because I think there is going to come a point in time where he's not going to be able to continue to care for himself the way that he is because his muscles and things are still going to atrophy and he's going to be needing more and more help as he goes along. So I think he's trying to cram it all in, if you will.
Love child, never meant to be. Sorry, had to squeeze that in.
You know, I think he's still trying. Okay, we're gonna date what we can, who we can, as much as we can until we can't.
Right.
And there's also the 20-year age gap.
Yeah.
So, like, her life is going to get a lot more complicated when she's 50 and he's 70.
I mean, because clearly he's not going to have, more children. Can he? I
think he can ejaculate. So, but it might kill him. I mean, that's what he said. Those are his words. So I
might get a brain aneurysm
I don't even mean to make fun of it. That's what he said.
Right. No.
So I guess he could still have children if he wanted to try. He took the half a blue pill.
And I'm assuming that the whole blue pill would have killed him.
I don't, but again, to circle back, from the last episode when he was with playing basketball with his friends and they were talking about that, which I thought was very informational. TLC, I learned something, here we go. But they're all saying how Viagra pretty much is like a death sentence for like any male that takes it. So you already jumped the gun, took the half a blue pill, and then you had her run every test you could think of.
Sense, does it? Doesn't make any kind of sense. There's just too much up with him. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
I don't trust him. And again, at least with Lauren, I'm entertained. He's a little funny. He's weird, but I like watching him. I don't know what he's gonna say next. When I watch this guy, I just don't trust anything he says. And I find him a little sleazy in a way.
Yeah.
And again, I feel bad about his handicap, but I don't like him as a man.
Yeah. He's
I
very
agree with you. I don't.
Deceptive.
All right, guys, we're already at an hour and 20 minutes. I'm trying to taper these down a little bit so we're not running 3 hours per recap.
Okay.
So we still have 2 couples left. let's save Chicken Bitch for the end, and let's do Tiger Lily and Adnan. I like Adnan. I like his family. I love how close they are. I love his mom. Like she's like very
Yes.
beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful.
And the family seems really close. It kind of reminded me of Mahmoud with Nicole, how close, like, you know, their family was, and they were very accepting of Nicole, which Lord.
Well, the only difference is I think his family, this guy,
That'll send them straight to Allah just for that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think this guy's family. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Jay Freak. I love when you all agree with me. I think
Loves
that
it.
this
And then
guy.
she rubs it in my face later on when the live's
Of
over.
course I do.
I'm just too cheery.
I do. This guy's family seems to have more money than what's his name? Nicole's.
Good call. Princess.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
mom was decked out and
Princess
watching.
made
Yeah,
a
I'm
really
like, his
good
mom
point.
is a looker. I was like, get it,
Yeah.
mom. Like, you know,
What was Nicole's husband's name?
Mahmoud.
Mahmoud.
Mahmoud's family, they didn't have money. I think they lived on a rough side of town. This
Yeah.
guy's family is a little more extravagant.
Yeah,
Nice.
bougie.
Everybody's dressed very well for their country. The cars are very nice. They're more upscale kind of people, and they're not dying for their son to go to America. They want him home. It seems like they do well where they
That's
live.
a good point. I hate to go back to Brian, but that's a good point.
Right. Excellent point.
Princess
Why would a
Mariposa.
doctor prescribe Viagra to like? That's a great point.
Princess Mariposa. Another reason I say things do not add up. And I told you guys last week about my friend who's in a wheelchair. Remember I told you guys the story
Yes.
about him, and he's handicapped. Same kind of situation. It took everything for me not to text him to ask him about ejaculating and aneurysms, but that would be really strange. If not, that would have been really fucking strange. But side note, I told you that night when I shared with you guys about him and what happened to him. I told you this guy, the story's not adding up. Things he says don't add up. Something's not right. So you're telling us that you could die of an aneurysm, but your doctor's giving you a blue pill. No, something's not right. Is he dramatic? Is he looking?
That's a good point.
Famous? Does he want to be famous from this show? Does he want to go to Brazil to find the love of his life? Does he want somebody who could take care of him, or does he just want to be on this show?
Right. I mean, even if he's, doing a telehealth visit, the doctor still has there's still precautions that have to take. And what doctor is going to prescribe medication?
By the way, I had to find my notes from like the first 2 episodes, which are scattered. But does anybody remember how long Brian said that him and Ingrid were dating?
I don't. I honestly
4
don't.
months? 4 or 5 months?
Then that would make sense with what Mary Pants posted about the divorce starting in 2023.
Yeah, which is why I don't think the divorce is really a big deal, to be honest. I just don't. That's just my opinion.
It was, Crystal. I'm not gonna lie. But it was. I was always curious about what happened.
You're curious.
But I didn't need that much information. So let's get back to Tiger Lily.
You have to actually hear it going down.
Yeah. Let's go back to Tiger Lily. Okay, so they're getting married, and they walk into I guess the mosque, or I would assume that's where they get married. I don't know. And she's already worried about the whole family being there because obviously she doesn't speak a lick of Arabic, so she has no idea what's being said. I said mom is pretty, and the mom thinks that she's scared because the way she's acting. And I wrote that Tiger Lily is completely useless. I did like the ring that they got. The ceremony was like she was like so like blasé about it. She's like, oh yeah, I love him. And when she was reciting the Arabic back, she could have been more tactful with it. Even if she doesn't understand it, she could have tried to say what she was supposed to say instead of like assalamu alaikum. It was just like disingenuous to me.
Right.
Nothing that she does is genuine. I told you last week I have no comment on them because I don't feel like it's a real life situation. It's a business deal.
And she keeps saying over and over again, well, like, we're getting married, and like I didn't know that he wanted 5 kids, and now I didn't know that like the family wanted me to stay there, and I don't know anything about Muslim traditions, but I don't like but you still married him, and you're
Right.
42. I could see that as a 20-year-old like Nicole, like original
have 2
Nicole with
kids.
Adnan.
And you have 2 kids.
Yeah. And I don't think they signed a prenup or anything because she said she came from money and she drives what, like the Lamborghini or whatever the hell she drives.
Yeah,
It's a nice car.
her ex-husband has money, and apparently I remember her saying that she gets a very healthy spousal support and child support from the ex.
I side eye this show so hard, and like I want to say it's fake, because 9 out of 10 times it is. But I really feel like Adnan is like committed to this, and like you could see how happy he was, and I really like Adnan. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he's in this relationship for the right reasons. Although, like, I don't get the 20-year gap, and then he says he wants 5 kids with her, knowing that she's 41. So, what are the chances of that? Maybe she could pop out in your early 40s with what, 1 or 2 more, and that's also like a big risk, right?
Popping out anything anytime soon.
But I do believe him, and you could see his expressions, and I like him, and I like his family, and they seem very connected, and she's just like, oh, I'm here, and it is what it is, and then she's like, after they get married, she's like, oh my god, I'm so excited, I just got married.
And I mean, even at one point she's like, should I be doing this? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and sign it. Hi, Melby.
And like production's asking her, hey, Melby. Production's asking her, like, well, how do you feel? Like, aren't you excited? She goes, yes, I'm super excited to be married to him. Can't you see it written all over my face?
So
I don't get it, man. Like, if I were Adnan, I'd be like, why aren't you like smiling or jumping up and down, or like, you married the love of your life. What's going on with that?
Yeah, again, it's for, they have a business. She's doing the cryptocurrency. He's going to make money.
It's another MLM scam. I'm not going to get arrested like Veah, though. Sorry, go ahead. I had to interject.
That's true. She does have much Botox, but that shouldn't affect. Maybe could she have too much Botox? She can't smile. Yes, I'm smiling.
No, because her voice didn't even show any emotion.
Right. She's a very flat affect.
It's all BS. Even like the shower gifts she got were stuff that she sells. It's all planted. I don't have much to say about this couple because I don't believe them. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
I believe Adnan. I don't believe her. Adnan's a good-looking guy. I mean, I wouldn't kick him out of bed.
Yeah,
that's for sure. And his family does seem to have a lot of money, but she says that she comes from a lot of money herself. So, I don't know. I think she's trying to be like, the new age Darcy, honestly. But with her whole bathroom number, getting ready, doing like the tit thing and the powder in the bathroom like Darcy did like 10 years ago. She's like, I'm gonna be the new Darcy. Watch me. Like, it's nothing comes off genuine about her to me. Not one fucking thing.
No. And I did think, I mean, they sent a male hairdresser, which, okay.
Well, wait, before we get there, Susie Q, John, I have a number for you to call Lauren. Oh, Lord.
Oh, hey.
Oh. Well, he's not coming to live here. That's for sure. But text it to me, Susie, when the live is
Yeah.
over.
Like, I don't even think he could get the top tier Sanka Pop-Tart deal.
And he will never get Sanka or Pop Tarts from this house. I can tell you that right now. So, and he was a virgin, and he stuck to his religion and waited till he got married, and he was very excited and good for him. And the next morning we see them waking up together, and she's like, "Oh, I just woke up. I'm the lucky bride. We had sex all night. Can't you see like all the enjoyment in my face?"
Nauseating.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
And I just, yeah. I didn't understand. She's just like, why is she giving her glam the day off?
Oh, that's another thing. Since she flew them over because Ivy Martin was
Right.
the glam team for
So
his
they
20th
can be
year.
rested for the production tomorrow. What are they doing? Like, they didn't even come to the wedding. So you dropped them off at the hotel. You went and got married, had your jiggy all night, and then the next day.
Did it every position possible. It was like a real love night. Like, oh my God.
I'm surprised I can walk.
I'm surprised I can walk
like,
right now.
What?
Anxious? How was the wedding?
Oh my God, you
We
guys
don't
are
need the
evil.
details on your first night, but why are you bringing glam and not using glam, but giving him the day off so that some strange man who your husband's going to time to touch you, do your hair?
Teeny, tiny shots you give yourself every day.
Sorry. I mean,
And that someone who's never done your hair, and I'm sure as Brooklyn can attest to,
It's not happening in 5 minutes. It's such BS. Again,
Right.
even that little thing, even timing, he wanded her whole entire head after blowing it. You cannot wand that much hair, especially fake hair, in 5 minutes. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be quiet right now, but like, I have nothing for them. Like, it's all BS.
I think it's BS from her end, because from what I see from
Yeah.
him, like, he just became a man. He had sex for the first time. He got her like a nice breakfast. And and then she like brings in like
Maybe
the
he's into her,
guy
but
hairdresser, and like I could see like that's what the salon brought
when she
over.
traveled there with her hairdresser.
Yeah, I could see, but she traveled
Stop
over, and I
it.
bet she's like, by the way, send a man, because I would prefer a
Production
man.
set
And
that
that
up, hands
hairdresser
down.
did not know what the fuck he was doing. You were a professional hairdresser, Brooklyn. Did he seem like he knew what he was doing?
No, and I think it was all set up for him to come and have that whole scene shot.
That
That's
was
what I
some
think.
guy on the corner selling chickens
Yep.
to Rainey, okay? And they're like, here's a curling iron, and just go upstairs and like pretend to do her, because she goes, I want curls. And then the next scene you see her in, she has straight hair. What? Huh?
Strange.
No, nobody. Like she goes, I want
No.
curls, and
Yeah.
then she has straight, like flattened hair.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said. Those are her curls. So she has extensions, and when they say I want curls, they mean they want it wanded. So you get a blowout, and they just like make it like a volumey blowout. Like he puts it in the curling iron, and then they spread it out. But I don't believe that was done in 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes. I think it took a lot longer than that, and I think it's all for the camera.
Because her
But
hair
even-
looks like it's like straw and over dyed,
Yeah.
right? Or is it just me?
It's all fake hair.
Fried to fuck.
I mean, and why wouldn't you bring your glam? What have
Well,
they
they're
been
glam.
doing
Day
since
off.
you
They
left
were literally in the
at
hotel
the
room
airport?
next door.
At the hotel.
Give me a break.
All right, so we see that part, and then Adnan is watching them as a hawk, and it's his first night being married to his new wife, and like another man, and even not being in the Muslim faith, like I would be a little annoyed, just a little, like you just got her to yourself, and you just were intimate for the first time in your
Right.
life, and I think that she should have respected that. That's why I kind of believe him. oh, I believe him and not her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's like, I would have been okay if, the guy who she brought along with her did it because, they've been friends for 40 years or whatever.
Reckless Grace. Oh, thank you. Saw the super chat. And MW, thank you for.
you.
I don't think there's anything real about her except that
Yeah, no.
she's real fake. That's it.
Yeah.
Sold.
Okay, moving on.
Ding, ding, ding goes the trolley. Sorry, I had to sing a little
Moving
bit.
on.
I know it makes Brooklyn real happy when I do.
Yeah.
So then she's meeting the family. And again, you know that you're meeting the family. It's your official wedding ceremony, right? That's where they were at, right? Or was that a pre-wedding? Like, was that the rehearsal dinner that
No,
they were
that
at
was
tonight?
their like marriage contract, and then I guess the festivities of the Muslim faith where they get married or
I don't know if that was the official ceremony, but it would feel like it would be something that you would need your glam squad there for, that you flew first class to Jordan with, like, huh?
because they haven't done anything in the last 18 hours since you dropped them off.
And like they know they're there for like to be her glam squad. Like, you think
Right.
Kyle Richards would let her glam squad go running about, or Dorit, or anybody, or Erica Jane?
Yeah,
Do you think
no.
anybody with a glam squad would have the? Oh, you guys take the day off. Meanwhile, I have very important things that I have to do today by meeting the family, having a celebration, this, that, and the other. But you know what? You traveled. Enjoy Jordan by yourselves and alone. Okay.
Can I just say that her lashes look terrible? Like, why doesn't she have better lashes? I'm just saying.
By the way, Melby, thank you. I just got that. Melby, love you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any of it. And
Yeah.
then she's
Okay.
like, well, I haven't learned anything about the Muslim faith before meeting the family. And like, I'm gonna do it like in my own time. And like it's crazy because like, I want to learn about the Muslim faith, even though Adnan told me that it wasn't, expected of me, but I'll get there sometime on my own time.
Right.
Later on down the road. Never.
Yeah. And someone mentions the length of her PJ shorts. You can't tell me that he wouldn't have thrown a blanket over her or something. Like, she's going to sit there in her jammy shorts. Nope. He would have,
all right, so
robe.
let's talk about the
something, excuse
ceremony,
me.
because we got to end with Chicken Lady before 2 hours, because I'm capping it to 2 hours. Okay. So they're at the ceremony, and again, I love the family, and I love how close they are. And, it's an insult. And I get, that the mom was trying to, feed her, and the family was trying to feed her. And then she's like, taking like the fork with like 1 grain of rice on it. It's like, I love this so much. And like with a grain of fucking rice. And it's like, look, I'm eating it. And then she says in the confessional that she goes, I had to sit there. And with Adnan next to her, I had to sit there and pretend like I was enjoying the food in the festivities while they were shoving food down my throat. Like, ew. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how customary it is for people to feed you, but apparently that is their tradition.
Listen, if my mother-in-law fed me, like, I would take that as the highest compliment known to man. Okay?
It's like in the Catholic religion when a priest washes your feet.
Yeah. Brooklyn,
I mean,
you're Italian. Us Italians, like, we, all Italian families, like, even when like I brought friends over from school, or like anybody that I ever dated, like, you feed people and you overfeed them because Brooklyn, are you there? She's not. But the first thing any of my aunts would say to me when I came to their houses, and they're like, oh my God, you're skin and bone. So here, don't eat this whole entire bowl of lasagna.
Yeah.
Like Antoinette, remember Cody?
Yeah. My sister-in-law is Italian, and my brother and her first Thanksgiving, like grandma did not cook enough the first time and she was mortified. Let's just say the next year that didn't happen again.
I'm like, while I'm eating lasagna, my aunt's also bringing up like fruit cocktail, cantaloupe, a salad, and she's like making like ham sandwiches for me while I'm eating the fucking like. I'm like, but that's how certain cultures do it. And if Brooklyn was here and paying attention, then she could chime in on that as well. But she's not.
She's not
and,
muted, so I'm wondering if she just stepped away.
Probably did. But that's how cultures work. And like I've had to sit there even at my own wedding, I had to go through it with my family. They're like, John, you're like nothing. You're like this, here, eat this. And then they're like, take my steak. And they would feed me. It's like their steak to me. Like, oh, here's some Caesar salad. Eat that too. That's how, a lot of traditions are. Italian, Muslim, like Chinese, whatever.
Right.
And and that's exactly true, Sharon. Like, and if I didn't eat like everything that was in front of me, and like, granted, it was delicious, but I can only eat so much. But if you didn't eat, like, I get smacked like this. What you doing not eating? All the time.
I just don't know if it was a bit overwhelming for her.
I don't care. You have to eat the food.
Right.
And, she's like, oh, like, I'm getting so full. And, like, there's a mom, like, pulling, like, pouring, like, the yogurt over it. And she's like, and I get that it could be, like, intimidating. And plus that, she's in a different place with different people. And she does. But, it's someone in their 40s, they should know how that works.
Right. I mean, did she not ask any questions?
No,
like,
she said she didn't.
What do these people talk about all day if they're not talking about like their culture? I mean, just, hey, boo, I love you. Oh my God, you're so pretty. I love you. Okay, we'll talk to you later. I love you. No, I love you. I mean, what are they talking about?
Ass and titties? I guess that must be it, because clearly, and she's only been dating Adnan for 4 months. And, she's in the first day she lands, she marries him. And she's like, well, I didn't ask any questions. I guess we'll figure that out later. Like, what?
Like, he's only 22.
That's her sealing the deal to be unhappily. Watch.
Okay,
watch what happens.
And then we've got Crazy Chicken Lady, who's overwhelmed with people feeding her.
All right, so we're going to Chicken Lady?
Yeah, I thought we had moved on to Chicken Lady.
Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on. Look at my notes. Chicken bitch.
Crazy Chicken.
I change my name about her like every week. All right, so Rainey, aka Renee, but she's Rainey here on this channel.
Right, Renee. Rain.
We open up Rainey. We open up her package this episode with her sweeping the floor with that broomstick type in looking thing. Yeah,
it's like the witch's broom at the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna get there. Okay. So, and then she's like, sweeping the floor. She goes, oh, I never had this much enjoyment sweeping the floor with this like half broomstick wand thing. It's like the Swiffer of Lagos, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently.
And then she's like putting the floor mat down. She's like, oh, look, it's an alien with a smile.
Did she bring that, or was that already there?
I think that was already there.
Yeah.
I think it was there in the episode before. I think I saw the same.
I don't know. It looks like something she would have brought with her.
So the nice thing, they had the conversation that they would not be sleeping together on the first night, and then we'll see how that progresses towards the end of the segment. But he's making her breakfast, which I thought was really sweet. The way he was like waving that knife around got me a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. No, don't you feed me. I got this.
Like he was, he was like with the knife everywhere. And again, like he's blind, and obviously
But he
that's
did a great job
hardship,
because it looked amazing.
just like being
It really did look
paralyzed.
really
Yeah.
Oh my god. And the way he got blind is such a terrible story.
Yeah.
So I really do feel for Chidi
No,
a lot.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like Chidi a lot.
Yeah, he seems like a
And
nice guy.
he wanted
He
to
does
show
have
her
a
that he can make,
genuineness about him.
yeah, and he wanted to show her that he can make breakfast, that he's just not somebody that you have to like be a burden
He's
on,
not putting
right? 'Cause
her
he asked her
through
that.
the test like the other one is.
And and the breakfast looked delicious. I would have ate it.
with
I
the
would have ate it.
potatoes, the
Yeah.
tomatoes.
It did look very, very good.
Okay, is anybody get annoyed when they like do like the blind view of it where you see the shadows,
the blur.
Yes.
the blur? Like
That's annoying.
I
We've
get
already-
that like he's blind and production wants us to see like what we see through his eyes, but at the same
once
time
or
it's
twice
like
is enough. Like, okay, we get it, but not every single time they have
Right.
to show them, they have to blur it out again to remind us. Like, no,
we get it,
We- yeah.
And
we
also
get it.
like
That was someone
nobody-
else earlier too, didn't they?
Nobody can know what Chidi sees or how he perceives things because
And he
Chidi can't see how
explain it.
they
Yeah.
do it.
Like he
Right.
can't like yeah, that's right. Like no, you're just going on your own thing. He said before, and like I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes back, and he said that like I can see shadows, but I can't see anything.
It's just like
but you're making it look all.
and then when they
blurred.
blur it out, I start freaking out on
And
the
it's
couch.
like,
I'm like, oh my god!
what?
Like I don't know. I thought like the first time showing him for effect that was good, but they did it twice in this episode.
Yeah.
And
It's like you don't need to keep seeing it. Like yes, like
Yeah.
okay,
And you
we
have
know-
to remember that when the
Bill-
gentleman last season who was deaf, they did that all season.
Oh, they
oh,
did.
Yes, yes.
Just
you're
like when
right.
Dancing with the Stars, who was the deaf dancer they had that season?
Lyle DeMarco.
And they played like the whole song with no, they did the dance with no music, which I thought was amazing just to show what that dancer had to go through,
Yeah,
trying to
just
dance with not knowing a
hearing,
beat
but
or
just
hearing
you-
anything.
Yeah.
That I actually appreciate on that.
Definitely did it for dramatic effect.
Don't do it.
But I think they're they're just overusing like
Yeah.
the
Daniel
blindness
Durant
thing.
was
Like,
also, yes. Lyle DeMarco and Daniel Durant. Daniel was on last season, and he's still with his partner. They got engaged.
Pixie. So, all right. So then, next scene, while he's making her the breakfast, which looked delicious, he's saying like, "Well, what are you expecting?" And she goes, "Well, without saying it, like I'm very horny, and she wants to be touched more by him." And this is building up, right?
Right.
I'm vegan, so it felt really bad for her until she said she ate. Well, that's the biggest conundrum of all.
Right.
Okay, and I posted
like,
that.
And
on my
I think there's
IG.
too many farmers that have such an attachment to their livestock.
But
I
she's
mean-
not a farmer because she doesn't. Well, I guess for the eggs, I guess.
Right. I mean,
maybe,
she's
in that
got like
aspect.
175 chickens.
But she doesn't like eat. She doesn't like take them to slaughter. So she's pretty much just using them for the eggs, I would guess, right? I mean, like, what
Which
else can you
is
do with a chicken?
murdering
I
their
mean,
child.
So she's killing them
good
little
point,
baby
Jordan, on
chickens.
that one.
So
Three
she's
things
killing
for
her baby
free.
chickens.
I mean, it makes sense. Like you're murdering if that's your family, then
You're married.
For
Yeah, you're
chickens,
murdering their.
you're
offspring.
murdering like your grandbabies.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that,
So,
Cody.
I mean, come on.
Those are 2 things for you.
Right.
Okay. So, then they go out to the market and, she's mad as hell at first because the sister, who is nice as can be,
She
gave her master bedroom that she shared with her husband so she could be
and
comfortable.
polish the floors
Exactly.
and the wall because
And
that place.
I
is shiny as
love-
heck.
I love Chidi's sister. I mean, I
Yeah,
love them
she's
both.
very sweet.
You know,
Beautiful.
and Chidi,
Beautiful
She
lady.
seems very, yeah, she is beautiful.
and
too.
his sister was so like welcoming of her and hugged her, and like, you know, we've seen a lot of times. Like look at baby girl Lisa when she met Usman's family. Or how about Jenny and Submit?
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's Jenny and Submit are probably like the ultimate category of family members
Not liking each
not
other.
liking the new person. But his sister was
Yeah.
very, very welcoming.
She very accommodating.
Elizabeth and he wasn't well liked either.
Andre?
Yeah.
Well,
wasn't
I mean, I haven't talked like Andre in quite a while.
Oh, stop. I'm getting horny. I love when you
Me
talk
and
like
Libby
that.
do the real good now. Now that Chuck is out, Chuck is my best friend, and Charlie's out of the picture.
I take over the business.
I take over the business with Chuck now. I run it full time. Fuck family.
I make you chop wood. In the
I haven't
back.
done Andre in so long, man. Lord, the good old days. But okay, so they're in the market, and you know the sister says that you know she wanted to make sure that not only Chidi was safe, but you know since Rainey doesn't know the law of the land, like crossing the street was like a big deal, you know, and you know, so I was really happy that the sister went, and
Well,
she was
she
being
even said it. She goes, "I'm
Right.
glad she's here because I didn't know."
and then
like,
she changed her
how
mind.
crazy it was.
Yeah, then Rainey changed her mind. She goes, at first I was mad that she came because I wanted alone time with them, but now I'm happy that she did. Right.
Right.
So we get to the market with the chicken.
And this is the second day that she's been there. This is the next day that she's been there. So she don't even know her own self, the town or where to go or what's safe, what's not safe, how to do things, like whatever. Your sister or her sister-in-law or wannabe sister-in-law knows everything because she's been taking care of him. And you want to sit there and be a then I'm sorry, she crazy. No, thank you.
And then, like, you know,
I mean,
they go to like
the sister even got her like a special spice, and I had to laugh because there was like the Kentucky Fried Chicken spice. I found that to be humorous.
But she also
well, I
walked
learned
in
from
with
Angela
one
that
up, too.
Kentucky Fried Chicken is because when I first friends with her, I'm like, you know, what's it like in Nigeria? Like, is like any fast food from America? She's like, there's KFC, and that's it. So going back to so they're at the market, and you know they're at the chicken stand, and she is having a conniption, and I wish I'd be too.
Can I say something?
I
really
played the
quick,
clip
though?
on my Instagram, and I'm afraid TLC will strike me if I play it here. Go ahead, Cody.
Why do you have to go and buy a chicken for 5,000 whatever?
Well, it's
their
not.
money thing
It's
is?
it's not $5,000 our money.
No, I know, but 5,000 whatever their money is.
It's probably like
When
5
there's-
cents.
When there's millions of chickens that are just running crazy all over your
Because
property,
maybe those
your-
chickens
in the
are dirty
street.
or not ready
Feral
for
chickens.
slaughter yet. Yeah, like I don't know.
Do they have feral chickens?
I'm sure if it was like that, then people would be
If it-
grabbing up the loose chickens on the streets. Like, you know, I don't know.
If you boil it, don't that just make everything clean?
And
Hot water.
you know, Rainey flips the fuck out.
No confused.
You know, she goes, "What are you doing with this chicken?" And then the guy grabs it by the feet and she's like, "You're gonna murder a chicken? Shove it down your own throat. I'll never eat this shit." Like going out of her mind.
Going
And then,
ape
like,
shit crazy.
And then like what's the sister's name? I keep feeling bad. I don't know. I'm calling the sister.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
And the sister is trying her best to keep her cool, and you could see it in her eyes. And like she doesn't want to piss Rainey off, and
she's trying
she
to
still
keep
wants
her
to make
peace.
it like cool and comfortable. But I like, you know, and they say to the guy, you know, put the chicken down, like, you know, TD says to Rainey, what if we get like, you know, a chicken that's already Yes. Victoria.
Right.
Thank you. Nisi.
It is Victoria. Okay.
So I love Victoria. I love everything that she's about. So even, you know, Rainey was like, no, I don't want any chicken from this place ever. Like Cindy Brady, like pulling like a little like tantrum on the Brady Bunch. So then next scene, like, you know, you see them going across the street and Victoria is, you know, talking to Rainey and she's like, well, do you eat chicken? And she's like, yes.
Yeah. That's when she lost me. I'm like, okay. So, and I can maybe see, like, okay, do I really want to go watch my dinner be, you know, no, I don't think I could do that. I might
Well, I don't
be
think anybody wants to. Like, I don't want to see the chicken killed before I eat it. Just like, you know,
right.
I don't want to see the cow going through like the slaughter, but like, I'm not going to give up steak.
You know, and it just, I don't know. As soon as she said, I found it very suspect when she said, no, I eat chicken, but I get them at the supermarket.
So she goes to like ShopRite or Stop and Shop or Kroger's or Vans or Vons or whatever supermarkets by your area, and she gets her like chicken breasts or chicken legs or whatever from the store, and then she eats it, or she gets her Swanson's TV dinners, chicken TV dinners like fucking Statler does, you know, and she loads her freezer with it. But how can you be like chickens? I love, they're my family. Like you're telling me to eat a chicken, it's like telling me to eat my family.
Right.
And
And
then
then
she
you're also selling
says,
me
and then
eggs.
Victoria for the win. Like, but you eat chicken, don't you? And then she didn't know whether she to go blind.
Right.
She was about to cluck. Like she went, wow! Like, you know, she didn't know what
Well, I
to
think
do.
that's when Victoria was like, well, how about, you know, fine, you'll eat chicken, but I'll just come back for it. We don't need to see what happens to the chicken before we fry it on the table.
Just like Princess, I don't want to know what a hot dog's made of because it's one of my favorite foods. Like, just like I like sausage, and I don't want to know what goes in that shit
Well,
either. Okay,
Depends on
like I
what
just
you
want to
get.
see my hot dog on the bun with the mustard and my sauerkraut and
Yeah.
bite
And
into
just-
it. Like I that's all I want to know about the hot
Yeah.
dog.
It's gonna
Okay?
be nice and hot and like
Oh, could you
Rainey.
imagine if Pedro's mom was around with the chicken feet?
Yeah. Have
But
you all
maybe she
ever
would have ate
had-
them because she eats chicken.
Have you ever heard of Geta?
No, I heard of scrapple though, which is like another like, you know, questionable meat
Yeah.
thing.
It's like a regional thing around here, and there is still a butcher shop that like makes it from scratch. And I'm not a Geta fan, but it just the way he would. So I don't do Geta, but I wouldn't have done
Yeah.
Geta even before I didn't know how to, because
Wait,
my
hold
grandma
on,
used to
look
make
at
it all
let's
the
see how
time.
Brooklyn weighs in on this. Brooklyn, your thoughts?
I think she might have fell asleep because
Got
I
it.
texted
No,
her and said, "Are you
probably-
okay?" And nothing. And that was about 20 minutes ago.
She's probably doing something, but I like that her little face is up because now I can make fun of her all night and she can't say shit to me tomorrow. So there's that.
I hunt at Safeway. That's funny, Barbara.
Because me and Brooklyn like to give it to each other.
Okay.
If you hadn't found out already from watching us like the last
Yes.
few years.
It's the banter we love about you guys.
Like we're a couple from St. Claude, both like New York City Italians with the
Oh,
same
100%,
family
yeah.
upbringing and like the same, like, you know, she's like my cousin that I didn't know I had, which we're probably related because of everything. So and then she's like, well, yeah, I eat chicken, but I get it from the market. And I can defend that. Like, well, but like, how can you have this stance on chicken and how like they're your family, but you eat your family? So you're a cannibal.
Hannibal Lecter.
I mean,
You're a murderer.
how many times has she said that chickens are my family on this last episode alone? So you're a cannibal then. Good for you. You know,
I mean, you know, and I think it's because she does have livestock, and it's I just think I don't know anyone who has livestock that isn't like willing to eat it, because if you wouldn't have livestock if you're a vegan.
Well, I don't, unless like you're raising it for like goat milk or regular cow milk or chicken
Yeah,
eggs.
it even depends on like what type of vegan you are, because some don't do dairy products.
I mean, I don't think that vegans would be eating steak and wearing leather jackets.
True.
Right, Princess? You're in here. You're a resident vegan. So there's that. So to wrap this up,
Okay.
the last scene is them sitting on like a bench or on the floor, who the hell knows, right after the market scene. And he's asking, he's trying to soften her up. See, right. And I love leather jackets, and the only jackets I wear,
Yeah.
tomato, right?
Right.
And he's trying to soften her up because he knows that he has to drop the nuke
He
on her.
knows he's going to have to break the news that no
Right.
jiggy jiggy's happening.
Right. And he's like, well, what more do you want of me? And, she's like, well, I want more rubbing and touching. And, I never been spooned or, cuddled on the couch or whatever. Like, I find it hard to believe unless, like, I don't know.
Right.
But maybe she's so repulsive. You stick it in and then you fucking run out the door, which seems to make more fucking sense, to be honest with you. Like, you hit that once and you fucking jump through the window after you're done with that type of situation. Because looking at this crazy person, that's really the only thing that makes sense. Right. I'm on a live. Whoever's calling me right now.
Not me.
There you go.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Sorry.
I might have been making fun of you for a little bit while you were gone.
Sorry.
I don't know. We'll figure it out tomorrow.
I'm sorry, I had an unexpected phone call. I'm sorry.
Figure it out tomorrow.
But
unexpected phone call that I had to take. I am sorry.
It's all good.
No, we're joking with you, Lovey.
It's just 1 point, John, on this one. Well, first off, since you're back, just to go over like Tiger Lily and Adnan at the feast that they had. I was saying that Italian families, like my Italian family, like I would go to my aunt's house and be like, John, your skin and bones, and they would put out a tray of lasagna in front of me, salad, fruit cocktail, ham sandwiches, like that's a thing.
I mean, absolutely. Did you see? I don't say much about that couple, but did you see her face when she had to eat? Like oh no, that's already on my plate. Oh no, I don't need that. Oh no, I'm okay, thank you. Like she was eating it to be polite and respectful, but she was like dying.
Right, manja.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I didn't eat, my aunt would like slap me in the head and say, "Eat, put the fucking shit down your fucking stomach." And like it was a big thing. You had to
eat your food and shut up.
Yeah, and that's every time. So like her being like with her 1 grain of rice on her fork, she's like, "Oh, this is so tasty." It was disrespectful. I think anybody knows that you're kind of supposed to eat.
Weird.
And granted, like the men eating with the hands was kind of a little bit too much for me.
But that's how you eat that. That's mampa. That's how you eat that.
Yeah. But then like, you see like they take the big thing of rice and it's their culture. I'm not trying to dog it, but for me, like, when they have the rice in their hand and they're like this, and their hands are all like salivated up, and like then they put the same hand back into the same thing everybody else is eating.
It didn't look appetizing, I'll say that.
So I'd rather be at the ladies' table, but I know that's their culture. I'm not trying to dog it. I just can't. And then we were just talking about Chicken Lady. And, the whole thing with the Sister Victoria and the whole thing about how, like,
I
she
mean,
does
that,
eat
like,
chicken.
can I just say, I was totally, when the sister said to her, well, do you eat chicken? I was 100%, hands down, expecting her to say, absolutely not. I love
I
my
was
chickens.
too.
My chickens are my friends, my family, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my neighbors. I was never expecting her to ever say that she eats chicken. I thought she
She's
was
cannibal.
like, I can't, but so the sister said, but where do you think it comes from? Well, I don't have to see it, but you're out there talking to them and you eat chicken?
And she's like yelling at them with the snarl. Like, remember that? She's like, "You are not have me take any of this chicken." And she's like,
She has anger
like
issues.
what the fuck was like the, like, what was that?
She was ready to jump on her.
She's got anger issues, that one. Like, she
Oh
gets
no, my Aunt Jeanette didn't miss a beat. If I didn't eat everything she put in front of me, she would drag me and make sure I finished every bite and make sure I gained 5 pounds in one sitting. No, right, like, you can't get away from, like, your Italian family when they want you to eat. You will eat everything until your fucking stomach bursts.
try going to Italy and going to everybody's house. It's like all you do is eat, and if you don't, it's so disrespectful.
Ah, we're over 2 hours. Great job, John, of condensing these lives. Wonderful. But I think we're good now. Is there anything? I know you were kind of missing for a second there.
Sorry about that.
And is there anything you wanted to throw in before we sign off?
No, I'm just very interested to see where it goes, because obviously we know they're not together, Chicken Girl, but
If Chicken Girl came to you like this, you're not gonna hurt my chicken.
yeah, she gets crazy. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. I'm curious to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
I'd be hiding my butcher knife.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
I'd put her at, like, the Motel 6 Lagos if I were them. I wouldn't even want her in my house anymore, to be honest with you.
She's a strange
I put her in
person.
the Motel 2 logo.
Yeah, the Motel 2 where
Yeah.
they don't leave the light on for you. That's
Right.
where I would put her.
Huh. It is
But,
Sharon.
like,
It is awesome.
we're starving. I had a long day, and I know the both of you have had long days equally.
Yeah.
yes.
Tomorrow night we're going to be doing a members live because I missed last week because I was sick, and I am exhausted and I want to get off this live so I could just relax. So with that being said, I want to thank you, Wicked,
Oh, of
and
course,
Brooklyn, for being up here.
Of
Thank
course.
you, Roro, for that super chat.
Love
Super
you,
chat.
Ro.
Thank you, Wicked,
Thank
for that
you.
super
Love
chat.
you, Wicked.
Thank you, Roro, again for that super chat. Thank you, Susie Q, for being
Thank
a
you,
member.
LB.
Thank you, MW, for that super chat. Thank you, Ruth Ann, for being a member for 29 months. Thank you, Reckless Grace, for that super chat. And we will see you all tomorrow night for
Just
members.
a quick question. If Chicken Lady DM'd you because she wants to clear her name, would you interview her?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, are you kidding me? Thank you, Mel B, for being a member.
Love
I
you,
heard
LB. Love you.
Oh, you think I turned that down? Are you
Hell no.
crazy?
And we could eat chicken legs on the live. Or
There you
chicken
go.
wings. I'll make
And I
chicken
felt
wings.
bad eating the chicken nuggets because, I felt like she hexed me when I ate the chicken nuggets on the last recap and I got
What?
sick right after.
What?
She hexed me. But now that I know that she eats chicken, like, ugh.
I'll
Yeah.
make chicken wings for that night. I'll do a charcuterie board.
And she probably goes to, like, the 99-cent wig night and she has, like, the chicken wing sauce all over her face,
Oh,
probably.
100%.
All of it.
100%.
Oh yeah, but if you want Chicken Lady to reach out to me, I would take that interview in a New York minute, a
Yes.
San Francisco second. Although I doubt that she would because I've been.
You never know.
But yeah, if she wants to share her story with me, like she's already for breaking NDA, so
Thank you, guys.
why the hell not?
We'll call Chicken Little. That might be her assistant. Reach out to him. Maybe he can get a call through to her.
Yeah, I would do it absolutely. Like anybody on the
guys.
cast, I would. So, but Chicken Lady, absolutely for sure, 1,000,000%. Oh, Salt Lake City is tomorrow night, the premiere, which I didn't start watching yet. Don't forget that. Today's Tuesday, right? OC's on Thursday, and we'll be live on that for Friday. And whatever. I'm tired and I'm exhausted. I'm gonna end this live. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you guys. Thanks for all the super
You
chats.
guys
Thanks for
are
spending the
all
evening with us.
Brooklyn's like, peace out.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like, deuces, I'm out of here.
we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being
We
here.
love you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.